Hey classmates, I want to start out by saying sorry the way I look. I'm not dressed up, whatever. I just got out of the hospital. So anyway, gonna get through this video. I read The Hate U Give. It was 444 pages. It was pretty long. It was by Angie Thomas, copyrighted in 2017 and published by HarperCollins. This story was very aggressive. So it starts out with a little girl named Star, and she has a rough life. You know, she's in this town. Racism, shooting, like, is a very common thing. They have moved place to place, so they're going out to this get together thing with a friend she hasn't seen in a long time. They get pulled over. The cop shoots that friend. She has nightmares, days on days on days, nights on nights, about her friend being shot and just her life in general. Her family is a little chaotic. Her mother's is married to not her dad. So it's her stepdad, and Star has a stepbrother named Seven, and he tries to protect them. Well, they eventually come to a conclusion, like, Star's stepdad and this Seven guy is in gangs and drugs, and their family's just in danger, so they go to move. Well, they get caught, and they want to be arrested, and Star is always involved in the middle of all this. I could sit here for 20 minutes and tell you that's a very good brief summary of the book. It was all about Black rights and racism that we still fight today. Every time I hear stories like this, I think of Ferguson right here in our state. Would have been something very similar to this. The cop that pulled them over was a white cop, got out, literally shot her friend for no reason. So it definitely, it's still something we battle today. I think this is a really good book for students and children to read 12 plus. It was pretty in depth, like I said. Because it teaches them about Blacks' civil rights, Blacks' movements from history. It tells a little bit of history, and it's sad to think, but we have like the exact same thing going in our society, so it just kind of makes you grateful. I would have them read them by themselves because it is in depth. And it's a good book to have to comprehend in your mind everything that's happening. The assignment, there's like 5 topics that I chose. So like the neighborhood, there was just 5 different topics. And they have to write 2 claims each. There's questions that go with them. And this is not like a 2-hour assignment. This is something like this claim, these 2 claims with this topic for this week, and the next week, would go on for a little while. So it was a good book, but very in-depth, and I would highly recommend sticking to the age it recommends. The genre was fiction, so good book. It was just a lot, but still something good that I think is good for teaching with, because I think they'll learn well off of it because it explains our society perfect. So a good book to use in the classroom.